if we see this great businessman, we just want to be like that person, right? And normally we don't see the hard work, the pain.
The main reason to start a business is to
make
make
money.
profit. How to do your tax
Yes,
returns in your business. Why is it
returns.
important? What happens if you don't do your returns? So when you even ate the money of the stock
I did.
because you didn't know how much is it to buy the stock.
It's in store for you. We'll be discussing leadership. We're going to be discussing finances. We're just going to be discussing the importance of having a network. Is that how do you build your brand and how do you allow your brand to speak for itself?
Of how do people grow from spicer shop to a supermarket?
Oh yeah.
From a supermarket to franchise big wholesalers. Hello community. Welcome to our first installment of Mind Your Business podcast. My name is BT Mbebe and this is a launching episode. I'm so excited and I'm not sitting alone.
Yes, he is not sitting alone. He's with me, the one and only Enika. This is the beginning of a journey that we are looking forward to as we are launching the Mind Your Business podcast. And we're excited. I'm super, super excited. I can't even contain myself.
Yeah, I'm also excited. Should I break the news that we have already or should I just relax?
Why should we relax, man?
Okay, yeah.
Let's not relax.
Okay, in as much as this is a launching episode, already we have recorded, other episode.
Yes.
So, and those people are just amazing.
Very, very amazing. And we're going to be quoting from some of the episodes, right? And it's more like it's going to be like some spoilers, so spoiler alerts. But what we are going to be doing is just to encourage you to listen to the other podcasts that will be coming.
Yeah,
the other episodes.
So we are so excited and there's a great anticipation.
Beto, why mind your business?
Okay, have you ever been told to mind your own business?
I have.
How did it feel?
It felt so bad because I was very I was one person, especially in my primary school, high school years. I loved gossip, right? And I used to love
now.
I used to I just used to want to know what's happening and what everyone is doing. And I remember one time I was told that, girl, mind your own business. And it felt so bad. It was really embarrassing because I was trying to fish for some gossip, yeah?
Okay.
But the person's like, no, you have to mind your business. But it was also a rude awakening to me to say, number one, I don't know how to fight, right? And I always find myself in these discussions of who said what, who did what, with who.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what, so that I can save my pretty face, stay away. Because after school was a real deal back in the days,
So
right?
that was a try.
So I was afraid of that. We said, yo,
Okay. So I think that's what we are all about now. People need to mind their own business. But now it's not more of the negative side.
okay.
It's to say mind your own business on the positive side. So this is going to be a business podcast and also / corporate podcast. So when we say mind your business, we say now that you are in a business, how do you mind your business? And remember the word mind, it simply means remembrance. So how it simply means like you need to remember why you started a particular thing. Because sometimes we start things and when we're in that journey, we forget why we started those things. And sometimes, like you say, we start a business, then kuba nema competition along the way. Then you start, then you forget what's happening inside your business. You forget why you started a business, now focusing more on the competition. Also, when you're in business or in your career, you'll come across a lot of negativity and people saying whatever that they say concerning your business or concerning you or challenges along the way. But how do you go back to remember the reason why you started? So this is all about that, this podcast.
I am really loving this conversation and I'm loving the direction that we're taking in the conversation. The reason being is that the importance of having a vision. It's like when you partake in a or when you decide to choose a certain route, it could be a career, it could be a business. There are trials and tribulations that will come along the way. And we've seen a lot of people giving up. A lot of people saying, no, I feel like it's hard. I'm not sure anymore that I want to do this. It's difficult. And you find them just dropping the ball because it's not good. It's challenging. But I love the fact that you say if you keep your eyes on your vision, if you keep your eyes on the why. Actually, the why. Why did you start?
So that's what we are going to be having. Making people to remember why they started their own business, reminding people why did you choose that particular career. So while we have that conversation, also trying to motivate and inspire others who want to follow that route, because we'll be having different speakers that will be joining us, people who are in high business, who are successful business people who want to start up. So those people come in and tell us how did they start, and when they face those challenges along their way, how did they overcome them? Yeah.
And I also feel like knowing your business or minding your business gives you an opportunity to discover your own identity. We live in a world where somehow we have to be all the same.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We have to all look the same. That's why we have those beauty standards. That's why we are all pursuing a particular image, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we find ourselves as young people not knowing who we are and not embracing our identity, because I feel like if you understand that you're special in your own way, you're gifted in your own way, it makes it much more easier to mind your business. But while you're still chasing, it's more like you're having a ghost chase of this image that you need to have as a business person, whereby you have to look wealthy, whereby you have to look
what you was faking until you make it.
The tricky thing about faking it until you make it is that you'll end up in debt. And you'll end up not enriching your business or investing back to your business, right?
I think maybe it differs, because you'll find other people to say, this is my brand. You understand? Because I think we had people who came in on the podcast. Some of the episode will share with people to say, hey, Tina, we have a brand and we must maintain the standard of our brand. So meaning that if people know me at this level to say Bethel is like this, I must maintain the standard to protect my brand. Associate myself with the like-minded people. Even if they have a lot of money, I can go where they go. It's just buy water. Maybe the water can be 100 rand. Just get the water. So you're faking it.
I think it's safe to say, if you have a plan, that will not move you away from your vision.
Okay.
Right. Let's say you have to attend this tender briefings if you are a tender entrepreneur, and in one of the episodes we'll be talking to a tender. We are going to be talking. I don't know what to say because already some of those episodes are already recorded. But one of our guests, she's a tenderpreneur, right?
Yes.
And I know sometimes people say that if you want them to take you serious, you have to look a certain way. But when you look a certain way, can you please look a certain way? Within your pockets, right? Do not go overboard. But I know there are people in which it works for them, right?
You take a risk. You take a risk. I mean, if you have your last 1,000 rand, if you have to take people out,
it's an investment, investing in your business.
But obviously, it must be calculated if there will be a return on that.
And we must never be afraid to take risk, right? Especially make decisions that will actually benefit our future, benefit our goals, and benefit our dreams. And this is a very personal question because I believe that our listeners will need to actually know you on a very personal level as the presenter of the show, as the face of the show. So when you look at your life, right, you asked me the question I didn't. Have you ever been told to mind your own business?
Not really. Nah, maybe I'm this kind of person who minds his own business. Naturally so. But on our episode that we recorded with Babu Mondlane, sometimes people may not tell you direct to say, hey, now I think it's time to mind your own business. people will give you signs. People will give you signals to say, like now, I think you are stepping, you're overstepping, just move. Also, obvious, like now you must read the environment. Read sign loudly, the body language, the environment. Then you then go back to say, I've been trying. Oh, yes, I've been told. I was not directly told. I remember back then when we had university. When we had university, after you finish, if you were serving as an SRC, I think we were told, actually, when we were in SRC, and then you complete your term. Obviously, there are things that you have learned, there are things that you have started, and there are mistakes that you have made, which you feel like, hey, some people can do better if they can take this road, not the one that we took. So we try to come in and try to advise people that came after us. But how we were received, it was like we have a hangover. Instead of being told that you have a power hangover. So your time is over. Now it's our time. So that was basically telling us to say, no, just mind your own things. Let us do our own things. You do you, we'll do us. So then we just decided to step back.
You have touched on a little bit about your campus life, and now I'm keen and I'm very interested in your educational background. I know that I know it, but I know that our listeners do not know it. And we know that the podcast does not only focus on businesses, but we also focus on the corporate life. And I think the first step towards doing well in corporate, that's via education. So what did you do after school?
After school.
What did you study? What qualifications do you have?
Okay, after school was after school. Okay, no, so I did human resource management. I started in 2013 up until 2015, 3-year course, did my diploma.
Record time.
In record time with Tshwane University of Technology, where I did my human resource management. Then I went for BTech, which was a year in human resource management. So then I decided to further my education. Then I did your postgraduate diploma in human resource development. So I'm a postgrad in human resource development / human resource management. Yeah, so by profession, I'm a human resource business partner for this corporate company that specializes in mining environment. I manage over 500 employees, in different sites between here in Mpumalanga and in KZN. So, this is basically some of my... Oh, also I did... I went to Bible school. Do you know
that? I know that you went to Bible school.
I went to Bible school. I have a certificate in ministry.
Okay, so are we going to be calling you a minister?
I don't know. I don't know about that. So that's one of the things. Then other certificate would be your payroll, and the small enterprise development certificates that I did with your NYDA and stuff. So this is my little background in education. And some of the things, obviously, I've been involved in a number of organizations, work for a number of companies, and I've been involved in a number of leadership positions around. Also, now that this is also a business podcast, I've been involved in a number of organizations that focuses on business, such as the Global Business Roundtable, where I was a Mpumalanga chairperson for the future leaders.
I really think that our listeners are actually safe, right? We can actually trust your counsel.
Besides, also it will not only be my counsel, it will be also a counsel from other people that I'll be bringing in the podcast. And in terms of, I think I'll also use my HR background, where we'll be looking into interviews, going for interviews and stuff like that, helping people. Because I remember there's about people that came to me asking for an assistant to go for before they go for interviews. 95% of those people were actually successful.
Wow.
Yes, they came
What's
back.
the secret formula? Or we have
Then-
to listen to the podcast.
And then I will just come back and share with the people to say now today we focus on corporate and give you tips for that. Yeah, I'm just will be. Yeah, I will have a master class. Yeah, so actually our episode will be a master class. You know, people must have pens and papers to write down. Yeah.
That is actually nice, and one thing that I love is that this is going to benefit a lot of people's lives, and you're all about touching people. But who's your niche, right?
Well, I haven't thought about that.
You haven't?
Yeah, but by the look of things, it should be young adults, young adults, and even people who are older. No, it's not a problem. So I think we can be safe to say from 19 up until maybe 50. Yes, 50. Yeah, but obviously some people that will be our guests will be over 50. I think even if you're over 50, like the guest that we had today, I believe he's over 50.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's over 50. So when he shares what he shares and the things that he does now, he can actually inspire someone who's already in retirement, because most people who are in a retirement, as people or as a community, we write them off as if we say, hey, when we are waiting for you to die, so we bury you. But if you're on your 60s, you still have a drive. You can do whatever that you want.
Yeah.
You know, life does not stop at the retirement.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, so those people must come in and they must watch the episodes as well.
And as long as you're alive, I believe that there's still hope. And as long as you're alive, I believe that God still has plans for your life. And I think we use this word, age, or these words, age is just a number, when it comes to relationships. But I strongly believe that in life, age is just a number.
Yeah, I think we must just change it from the relationship and just focus it on real things,
Because some jolly are scalable.
Yeah.
So I think things will actually get better if we start using those words in life in general. Because what I've learned is that we need to stop writing people off, and you need to stop writing yourself off. And I know people will tell you that, hey, you're old. But if we go back, to the past and check the people who founded some of those biggest corporations, most of them achieved, I'm thinking about KFC. Most of them actually achieved their success in old age. So it's quite very important that we do not write ourselves off. And we live in a world where we are told that, this is how you're supposed to live your 20s. This is what you're supposed to achieve in your 20s. If you are now 30 and you do not have a degree, you are considered as a failure. But we just have to scratch that and say, you can be 80 if you feel like you want to go back to school.
Like the man that qualified was admitted in, I think was it in court to be an attorney or something last year. Yes, so you can be 65 and just go back to school and graduate and have that dream that you always wanted, and you inspire other people. Yeah, but also it's always great to also start while you have energy when you're young.
Yes, and I think that also goes back to minding your business. Minding your business is also about minding your dreams, minding your goals, minding your ambitions, minding your purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, because in most cases we are minding what the next person is doing.
Yeah.
We are so focused on removing the speck,
Yeah.
in the eyes of the next person, while you have a log, an entire log in your own
And
eye.
you're unable to see.
And you're unable to see. Imagine, I wear glasses. Oh, both of us, we wear glasses. And we're not even wearing them right now. But just imagine on a normal hot day, not wearing your glasses, you're outside, and you just claim that you see everything clearly,
and
but
you can't.
only to find out that you don't.
Yeah, so that's what will be actually happening in this podcast. So it's going to change lives. It will inspire a lot of people, and I'm looking forward also myself to learn. Learn, network with our guest that we are going to have, build relationships, build relations, meaningful relations, and our conversations are going to be meaningful because we'll try to get to know the person. We'll try to source or dig out the information that can make us better people, to make even other people better, our viewers at home, the community to be better.
Yeah. There's a saying, Yes, Zulu. I don't know, it's an idiom or a proverb. Angazi ukuthi isisho noma isaga esithi indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili.
Yes,
And
yeah.
I strongly believe in it, and I believe ukuthi the conversations that you have with your guests
Yeah.
on the setup could actually enlighten someone who's at home, so that they don't make the mistakes that our guests made. Because I know that, see, life is a roller coaster, and sometimes we make mistakes, and some life lessons you have to learn them on your own. But already, if you have somebody who has gone through that path, you don't have to go through it,
You don't
right?
have to, yeah.
And which is what I love about the conversations that we have with our guests, is that we normally follow, right, the end product. If we see this great businessman, we just want to be like that person, right? And normally we don't see the hard work, the pain, right? And everything else
Like
that they
thing
went
is
through.
the iceberg.
Yeah, the tip of the iceberg, right? You just see the tip.
Yeah, you see, and I know underneath it's too huge. Yeah, so yeah, that will be happening. So another thing that will be having, obviously, like I said, it's going to be more of like a masterclass. We'll also bring people from different organizations, because like issues where we'll focus about funding. You know, obviously, when you start business, you need money. The main purpose of making a business, in as much as we always go out there to say, we start a business to create employment, we start a business to do that. But when I went to school in first years in business, they told us that the main reason to start a business is to make profit. Yeah, so it's to make profit. Yeah, so we'll bring people who are from financial institution to tell us more about tax, how to do your tax returns in your business. Why is it important? What happens if you don't do your returns? We'll call people who does business registration. Then we focus only maybe 15 to 20 minutes when you speak about compliance at large, you know, because you need to mind your business, because sometimes you can be successful in your business, do everything right, but miss the small thing.
And that is the main reason why our black businesses, they don't expand and they don't become these global big brands, right? When you look at globalization and the amount of international brands that are thriving in Africa, or if you look at it from a South African perspective, the amount of white brands that are thriving in Africa, where are our black brands? So we need to get a point where as black people, as people in business, we get to enter, you know, and start competing in the JSE, you know, and understand how the business world works. Because I've realized that we don't even understand, right, SARS. How does SARS operate, and how does one end up losing everything, you know, to SARS that they worked hard for, and how we are running most of our businesses in a loss, and we are not making much profit. Yeah, we are stock going. This reminds me. I remember I was in grade 6 or grade 7, and I was doing, I think it was for EMS, Economic Management Sciences, if I'm not, economics. You know? So what happened was we were given a task to say, let's just sell something, right? It was a way of them teaching us how to make profit and stuff. So I remember I asked I know in English they say it's ant, but it does not hold the same.
Yeah.
So I asked to actually buy me a pack of sweets, and I got the pack of sweets, and being me and not understanding the business acumen, I ended up giving some people some sweets, and I ended up eating some sweets. And then when I went back home, I think she was expecting me to come like with a lot of profit and a lot of money. I think I only had like 5 friends, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you know why? Well, okay, obviously, in as much as to say could be you were not exposed to the business side, but you know what's the biggest challenge there? You did not know. You did not have to sweat to buy the stock.
Yeah, I didn't.
You know, so there's a big principle there. I used to sell sweets, but the money of me, I was never given money to buy sweets. I had to work to get the money to buy the sweets. So in as much as at times I would eat imali and my sweet, but I always made sure that the money for cost, money to buy stock is always there. I can eat the profit, but the money of buying the stock should be there. So when you even ate the money of the stock,
I did.
because you didn't know how much is it to buy the stock. So that's what also makes most of our business to fail, because someone comes in, get a tender, is given a startup money, do not even work hard for, does not even have an idea what's going to happen. That person goes buy 20 cars.
And you want to pop some champagnes.
Pop champagnes, all these things. You
Abantu,
understand? Swap a bill of
Matlabini.
100,000 rand, because that person does not even know the challenge, does not know the sweat. Yeah.
So I was about to say Mlaleli because I was once a radio presenter. But
Yeah.
our lovely viewer, we just have a lot of impactful conversations in store for you. We'll be discussing leadership. We're going to be discussing finances. We're just going to be discussing the importance of having a network,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I think I once attended a seminar that said your network is your net worth. So it's very important to make the right relationships with relevant people, because whether we like it or not, relationships can get you far in life. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I'm not conceal. I think it's, but I think it's honestly, it's true. It's actually true. Relationship will get you far.
Definitely.
And when you speak about relationship, we speak also about your environment. Because sometimes, if you don't have relationships with people, and people don't know who you are and what you do, if they come across an opportunity that requires your services, they won't know about you. But if they know, take care, we have Enika, we have Bethwell, we have so and so, and they come across opportunity, they just get on WhatsApp and say, hey, daughter, there's something that is happening somewhere, so they want someone. Don't be surprised if you get a phone call. Gigi, we have what? We have a business. It's like that. So relationship go far.
It feels wrong. It feels like nepotism.
It's not nepotism. Like that's what makes us not to go far. It's not nepotism. It's access. It's opportunity. Remember, someone has just go and attend a business seminar. And in that business seminar, they say there's a funding that is coming. So this is what 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the type of people that you're going to be funded. People in the media space. Then that person can pick up a call and say, I was attending this seminar. They say they are going to give funding for people in media. So just get your things done, go to this particular place and do your application. It's actually information sharing. There's no nepotism there.
You're justifying it.
No,
I'm joking. I'm really joking. But I've realized that.
I mean, like I've been into places that because someone knew me and gave me a call.
I was about
it's
to
like
say so.
It's a word of mouth, it's recommendation, all these things. Yeah.
I was about to say so that if you mind your business so well, if you do so well in your career, people will recommend you. People will definitely recommend your work, and which is also something that we have to touch on in the podcast. That how do you build your brand, and how do you allow your brand to speak for itself? I was thinking about the franchising business, and I was saying to myself, you can go anywhere, anywhere around Witbank, because we're based in Witbank, and go to a KFC. It tastes the same.
Yeah, everywhere.
It tastes the same. Like it has that distinct, different KFC taste. You can go to Soweto, you can go to Dubai. It tastes the same. It's what branding is.
It's all about,
It's what it is about. So it's very important that we pour value inside of our business, inside of our brand, so that we allow our business to get to a position where it could actually speak for itself. And I think we've heard so many stories about people complaining about how we are running our businesses as Black people. As much as I normally give them a side eye, you know what? You know how Black people run their business? Whenever I hear somebody say that, I just give them a big side eye but at some point I do understand what they're saying, right? There's so much business acumen that we need to have as Black people and train ourselves in.
Yeah, so those are the things that we're focusing on. And now in South Africa, there's a huge trend that goes for a gas economy.
Oh, yes.
So some of the conversation that we need to have, invite people who are in the gas us who are doing well. The people in properties, going back to a gas building, people building apartments, people are going to get back their businesses for tuck shops. So those spaza shops, and in as much as people are going to get their spazas back, let's look in terms of how do people grow from spaza shop to a supermarket.
Oh, yeah.
From a supermarket to franchise, big wholesalers. Those are the things that you look at. Stock fairs, all these things that bring people back. Because remember, like back in the days, the people who had big ideas, but they just decided to keep them to themselves, and they do not expand. And when they die with those things. So we just go back now to the ECAS. So this is something that we are going to have. So there's a lot, guys. I think we'll share.
There's a lot.
We won't stop sharing, but we're going to look at it, like Anika said, business, leadership, branding, ECAS economy, minding your business, your behavior at the workplace, your commitment at the workplace, starting a new career. There's a lot that we're going to speak about. And different types of businesses, different types of, what do you call these things? Industries, different industries. We'll have doctors come in, doctorpreneurs, electrical technicians. Yeah, you'll get an interview, Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, I was watching TikTok because I'm on the corporate side of TikTok. Like my FYP is filled with the gillies who are doing well in corporate. And then this girl said something about she's always been that girl who goes to work and then immediately after work she leaves, does not attend any other gatherings and stuff, right? Yeah. And now she realized that there are people who are getting promotions because of their social. It's not only work related performance that can actually get you to actually climb the ladder, but it's how you socialize with people, it's how you also network with people around the corporate space, right?
I think that also starts from university. If you are only an academic giant by the social dwarf, when you get to a whole workplace, you'll only focus on what you do and you'll do it best, but you will fail in terms of socializing with people. Also, it depends with the kind of industry that you're in.
Yeah.
If you are in a corporate that focuses on marketing and stuff, like in as much as you do be able to excel in your business, but if you don't network with other people
and engage
with people, like some clients will come in because you have engaged with them. So when Bazakfago, you'll be behind the scenes person, do all the job, but you won't be in a high level position because you are unable to engage with people, excite people, bring them in. So yeah, it depends with the career that you're in. So you won't get a promotion because you socialize with people a lot, and only
you'd find that your work is
just
not.
You are an operator.
Yeah.
So socialize with people will be operator. Is it operator?
Who's gonna be operating the machines while you're making people laugh?
So if you engage a lot, I'm like, this guy talks a lot. They just go operate. Like, no, this person doesn't work. But yeah, so it depends. So, but it is a good thought.
It is a good thought. It really got me thinking. So I don't. Okay.
Yeah, it's depending on where you are. Honestly, where you are.
So over the weekend we were attending a wedding, right?
Yeah.
And I showed you one of the preschools that was there for more than like 30 years, for as long as I remember. And you said to me, "Why does it look like this?" And I said to you, "It always looked like this. It never changed." And it reminded me of this old man who used to sell ice cream in Lokshini where I grew up. Even today, using the same van, still selling ice cream.
It's comfortable. And remember, there's no legas there. If the man, I think we as a people, we need, especially our own people, we need to move from when you start something, do it like now the man was selling ice cream for more than 20 years now. So I think within 5 years, you should have known how to start to make your own ice cream. Customize it, make it beautiful, make it look lavish, then build a factory of ice cream. Look into building a factory of ice cream. Look into employing people. And by doing so, what do? You are leaving a legacy so that you say to your children, go to school and you come back already. there's umabena ice cream. Okay, but if you are comfortable with it, you get the money, you go buy groceries, it's done.
And it's done.
It's campus.
Yeah.
It's campus at the end of the day.
And what we want is to see business growing and thriving.
And thriving. We need to
what
grow.
What we want for daycares like Banana.
Banana.
To say, if you've been existing in the game for more than 30 years,
let's have a stop nonsense around.
Let's
have swimming lessons there. Let's have like robotics.
Robotics.
Like it must move with time. Yeah, but and also it depends. It also comes in terms of the people that you bring in your business.
Ooh.
Depends with the people that you bring in your business, because if you are going to recruit people who don't think big, and also now you're unable to think big, or you don't allow people to think big within your company, they will be comfortable to where they are, because every month will be comfortable. Okay, I get my 1,000 rand every month,
and it's fine.
And it's fine. But if you give them a platform to say, guys, you have an opportunity to earn 2,000 rand, but you earning 2,000 rand, it depends on the ideas that you bring in the table. So if you bring more ideas that makes us grow, we're going to expand. You're going to move from 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. Then we grow. At the end of the day, if you've been with us for 5 years and we've grown, or 10 years, we say, okay, let's expand. Let's look for branches. Then you are what? We give you a branch. Then you manage that branch. Or we give you what? Shares to say, okay, now we are going to another branch. You know the culture. You know where we are. Let's recruit people for that branch. We give you shares. You become a shareholder. You become a director.
I love that. This reminds me of a book by John C. Maxwell. I think you have the book on the other side. You forgot the title of the book, yes. What's the title?
No Limits.
No Limits. So there's a chapter in the book that speaks of caps, right? In which, as people, we put on caps on ourselves. Just like a bottle, it has a cap, right? So when you have a cap, this is, you say to yourself, this is where I end. I start here and then I end here. But now, one thing that I've realized that is actually important to remove the cap, right? So that you can understand that as a man thinketh, so is he. So once you remove all the limitations in your mind, you'll be able to do exceedingly,
Yeah, and like you're saying that if you're able to remove the cap, you will think and you won't have limits. I'm thinking about the scripture says, in as far as you can see, I have given you. So some people like that. I'm not saying like they think like that, but most people, they fail to expand in life because of they're unable to see further. And like it's a daycare. There are a lot of daycares which are open every year. So I think it's the owner, the people that they should just move and go to uptown.
And just see what other daycare
are doing. Yeah. Just and be jealous, admire, and ask questions to say, how are you doing it? How can I go about it? If the owner or the principal needs to acquire more education, go back to school, learn, be current, bring people on board. Because sometimes things like that, like you're discussing some people's business.
While we're supposed to be minding our own business.
But yeah, I think...
well...
yeah, but I'm just saying, I think it's more relatable. I think, So I think so far, but and then the name...
so that we don't gossip. Okay.
You don't gossip people. But I'm saying, sometimes like you're starting a business to say, it's like, back then, crash. The crash we are born. Then they built a structure, then was a crash. So obvious, Gogo feel like I have made it. So the people take over, they feel like they have made it. At some point, your success must not have a limit. Okay. Because sometimes I think someone says your biggest limitation or failure is your next success.
Okay.
Your biggest limitation is your next success. Because most people, when you get to a point where you feel like you have arrived, that's where the problem is.
The arriving part.
Because this is a journey. It's a journey of never ending. So when you get to this level, be content, be happy, celebrate it, but there's more steps to climb. Go higher. Desire to go high. So, but if you get to a certain level, you feel like, saying right,
Sengifikile lana.
it will make you, remember, like, I think it's good to have the vision to say, this is what I want to achieve. But when you get to achieve that level, to say, hey, now that I've achieved it, I'm so confident, I'm happy about it. So how do I move from here to build a legacy? You know, yeah, how do I move here from here to build a legacy? Something that will outlive me, because what I needed, I've achieved it already. How do I make it to last longer for my children's children? Climate, like, we are happy. So, hey, all along we've been looking for these mics, but we are happy. But how can we make this to be even more beneficial for Agape's children?
Oh, yes.
How do we make it more beneficial and more valuable for children's or Agape's granddaughters and grandsons? We understand. So this thing must grow. And the Bible says a righteous man leaves inheritance for his children's children. And that's it about the legacy. If I feel like I'm here, yes, achieve, celebrate, but think about now the next step.
What else that you can do?
Yeah, expand from it. You've acquired all the knowledge, the information, expand from that.
So it actually lies within us to change generational curses into generational blessings, right? Generational poverty into generational wealth, and that will actually begin with us changing how we live, changing our daily actions, our daily routines, because you cannot say that you want to be a successful businessman but continue to live like the opposite, right?
Opposite, yeah.
So you just have to mind your business and invest in yourself, invest in your talent, invest time in your craft, because it is one thing to have a dream, but it is one thing to be talented. But if you don't invest in your craft, this reminds me of the three men that were given talent in the Bible.
Yeah.
One decided to say, yo, this is my only talent.
Yes.
Let me just hide it so that when the master comes back, I will show the master that, master, I kept my talent. This is the talent that you gave me. I kept it safe. You know, those two, they kept on making taking chances. One even lost it. One had to gamble. You know, but funny enough or strange enough, the master was like,
It was not pleasing.
I'm disappointed.
You know why? I think it takes us back to what I just shared now. He was content. He was happy that he has got the talent. He has arrived. But he failed to multiply that talent so that his children's children will know and experience the very same talent. That's why even God, the master, took it away from him. Yeah, so meaning that abantwana back, they had to start from scratch. But the other ones who are wise and given more, their children came in and had to tap in on top of what the others have already started. Then you cruise nice and you are free. So yeah, that is why we have Mind Your Business.
I'm looking forward to more episodes, and I hope you're also looking forward to more episodes that are to come your way. And I really can't wait, man. I can just, you mentioned a number of them. We're sitting with, I think, Babu Mundlene's story is so inspiring, right? I feel like he deserves to write a book because
He should.
His journey was like very long, or is very long. There's nothing that he hasn't done under the sun, and he's still working. Imagine, he's still working today.
Wonders, yeah. So that's why we have Mind Your Own Business, Mind Your Business podcast. So if you are going to grow, you will enjoy every episode. Let's just wrap up. You know that. You won't finish. I know you.
So thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to see you again. And I was just utilizing the opportunity that you gave me, because I'm a behind the scenes person. But I really thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, share the video, and ensure that you become a part of the family. Share your experience with us. What is it that you want us to do on the show? # Mind Your Business. Let's grow together.
Yes, Mind Your Business. Let's grow together. Okay. And so do like she said, and subscribe. And this is brought to you by Bethany TV, Bethany Media, Network.